What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? This is Renebean and welcome to another awesome episode of Video Game Hunts. That series where I show you all the cool stuff I got through the week, through yard sales, garage sales, flea markets. I go to thrift stores like Goodwill and Salvation Army, and I use apps like LetGo, OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook, whatever I can use to get my hands on some awesome games at some excellent prices. Make sure you stick through to the end of the video. We'll go over everything individual as well as a lot of stuff you did not get to see on camera. Make sure you check out that description below because that's where you'll find links to my Instagram if you ever had any questions or you'd like to see some of this stuff early. Links to my eBay store because I always give my subscribers good deals. And you got links to my Twitch channel if you ever want to hear me bitch at a video game. That's the place to do it. And now, by request, there's also information for my P.O. Box because for whatever reason, there's a bunch of you awesome guys out there who want to send me stuff. You don't have to. I'm not asking for it. I'm completely honored, but the option is there. If you want to support this channel, all I ask for is just hit that like button and share this video so other people can see. That's the most supportive to me. Another thing I want to talk about is in honor of reaching 4,000 subscribers, which we're either going to do today or tomorrow or pretty soon. I think that's absolutely incredible. I'd like to start doing a weekly giveaway. Some of this stuff you see in the episode, or maybe like a $20 gift card to my eBay store. I'm not sure yet what the prize will be. It'll be pretty cool. If you got any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. The rules to enter are simple. Just be subscribed to the channel, hit that like button, and leave a comment down below, hopefully something positive. I got a program where I can put everyone's name in and just hit it, and it just randomly picks someone. I think that's the best way. I'll announce the winner on Sunday on every new video, so this is a whole new week. You got all the way up until Sunday to be entered, and I will do, I don't know, like Saturday night or something, I'll pick the winner, and then hopefully we'll have an idea what the prize will be by then. But anyways, guys, that's it. Whew, I want you to sit back and relax. Let's shekel up. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to kick things off in high gear right away. Notice this guy over here in the blue to your left. He is looking for exactly what I'm looking for, and that's video games. This sale listed that it had old games, so you already know that I emailed him, I texted him, I did everything that I could to make sure that I can get my hands on these first. I even came about 20 minutes early. So did this guy right here. That's why you see me shuffling just a little bit quicker than I normally would. The one thing that was advantageous for me in this situation is I say, hey, I'm the one y'all been talking to about these games. I wanted to make sure I talked to these people before he did so they knew that I am the one that they need to be dealing with. And you see, my main man brings out a big old tub of awesome games. But had I not immediately introduced myself, this guy could have potentially got in front of me and he could have had first dibs on these games. He just saw that they listed games. I don't believe he had any communication with these people because they said I was the only one that talked to him. Plus, while I was talking to him, he says, man, I got some other stuff in my collection that we can go through and see if you're interested in any of it that I wasn't thinking about selling. And this was one of those weird sales that was listed late on Saturday, and it was only for Sunday, like at 10 a.m. So I'm really happy that I was able to talk to him and get to him first because you'll see that I get some really incredible scores here. Now, one thing I'm sure you're starting to notice here is every single game is individually priced, but don't ever let that discourage you. Start looking through these things, pick up games that you know the prices off the top of your head, and you'll start noticing one thing. These prices are all over the place. This guy was just putting prices on these things at what he thought was going to be the biggest ticket items. He did collect games, but I don't know where he was getting his pricing from because, like I said, it was hit or miss. This stuff was all over the place. I'm finding games at great deals, and then you'll see games that are at terrible deals for the prices that they're marked. Now, this is going to go without saying, but there's going to be a handful of guilty pleasure pickups that you'll see at this stop that I get. This being one of them, The Darkest Fairy. It's a Neopets game. It's exclusive to PlayStation 2, and you know that's all I collect for anything PlayStation. It's just exclusive. Had a $6 sticker on there, but keep in mind, all the stickers that you see on any of these games, that is not what I paid. I had such a huge bundle deal by the end of this. This turned out to be an amazing score, you'll find out. So some of the games you probably didn't notice that I picked up earlier was Gex 3 for the Nintendo 64. It's one I didn't have. It was marked at $7, but keep in mind, people, by the end of this, that is not what I paid at all. And I also got Super Bust a Move 2 for the PlayStation 2. It's an awesome series. Me and my wife love it, so I definitely had to pick it up. Now, here's a bit of advice. Anytime you see an Atlas game out in the wild, it's usually worth picking up. This one here, I did not have it. It was complete and excellent shape. It was marked $8, but like I said, people, that is not what I paid. I am working on a huge bundle deal, and by the end of it, I definitely came out ahead. Now this is when I really started noticing the pricing being all over the place. When I saw Battle for Bikini Bottom for $5, I knew that this guy was just marking things at whatever he felt the price should have been. So you see me pick it up, and then this is a guilty pleasure buy right here. This is Summoner for the GameCube at $12. That's really just about what it's worth, but I didn't have it. I've never heard of this series, so I definitely had to pick it up. It wasn't too bad of a price because keep in mind at the end of it, I got an excellent score on everything. But when I picked up the original Summoner for PlayStation 2, it's not worth $12. This is really the only game that I would have overpaid for had I not got such a huge bundle deal by the end of it. But I definitely picked those two up because it's a cool looking series. I definitely want to try them out. Now this is when this sale really takes off. Remember when he said he was going to let me go inside and check out all the stuff he wasn't thinking about selling, go through some of the things that he had packaged up? Oh yeah, we go inside, and I tell you what, he had some amazing stuff in these boxes, as you'll see here. And this is when things were not individually priced, and he just kind of had to go with the pricing off the top of his head. It was his knowledge versus mine, and I got some really awesome scores here you're going to find out. So I'm sure you already noticed that this box contains some awesome titles right here. Now this was like his backup box that he wasn't really sure if he was going to sell. Keep in mind he's got two other boxes behind him. One box that he didn't want to go through at all, that was like his going to keep no matter what box. But this dude was super awesome. He was very kind to let me go through all this stuff. He pulls out this big bag of Game Boy games. I do go through it. I don't think you really see it on camera here, but I didn't find anything in there that I necessarily needed. Keep in mind the main point of this yard sale is to find things for my collection and then get some things extra to pay for what I picked up. That way it comes out as an even wash and I may even make a few bucks. That's what this stop was really about, because I'm not getting these games at $1 or $2 a piece. I did pay a little bit for them, but at the same time I got a bunch of really awesome games for basically free, and I probably want to make 20 or 30 bucks on top of it. So that's the #1 goal of all this. Now, I already know there's going to be one or two people out there that says, hey man, you can't pick these games up for a cheap price and turn around and sell them for a higher price. That makes you a scalping dickhead. Well, guess what? You can eat my ass on that one. There's no difference between me picking these games up and flipping them to cover the cost of what I spent, then you going out there and picking these games up in the wild and say, you know what, I only buy games when I use them as trade bait, because guess what? You're going to trade these games for the same monetary value that they sell for. That game that you see me sell, you're going to trade that game for the same price, and that's just a little bit hypocritical if you ask me. So unless you're willing to trade me Little Samson for my copy of Double Dribble for the NES, you need to sit down and shut the hell up. Now, bitching aside, I'm sure you're noticing that there were some games that I passed up. Those were the few games that he actually guessed right on the price, and they were just out of the price range that I wanted to spend on, the ones that he had a little bit too much of an attachment to. You'll see here I picked up Crash Bandicoot 2. He only wanted like $3 for that. Like I said, the prices were all over the place. We ended up doing a hell of a bundle deal here at the end of it. I get this really awesome N64 game that I did not have. He only wanted like $3 for it. That's like a $20 game right there. Like I said, his pricing was all over the place. So a good bit of advice that I can give you, if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, which I really hope you do, it's an awesome experience, you get such a good high from it, always be kind, courteous, and respectful. Bond with these people, connect with them on a one-on-one level. Who do you think is going to get the better deal? Someone who's sitting there being quiet, just trying to get the leg up on a situation, trying to find any shekel deal they can, or someone that you know enjoys games, loves games, knows about games? I've always talked to these people. Anytime that I buy things from them, I'm always connecting with them as much as I can, because I know by the end of it, that's going to help when it comes to bargaining and getting an awesome deal. So you see I got my grips on Kirby Canvas Curse. It's for the Nintendo DS. It's one that I did not have. I'm a huge fan of Kirby. I want to get every single one in the series for my collection, just like I want to do with Zelda. There's only a few out of that series I'm missing, and there's quite a few for the Kirby series that I'm missing, but this is definitely one that I did not have. He only wanted, I think, $5 for it, but keep in mind it was a bundled deal at the end of all this. Now this is the point where I'm handing him a stack and I'm saying, hey man, how much do you want for these games? So he's going through them individually and he's just pricing them off the top of his head. I don't know where he's getting his prices from, because like I said, they're all over the place. He says he wanted like $3 for Crash Bandicoot 2, $5 for Kirby Canvas. I think he wanted $10 for Bomberman Generation, which I picked up, but keep in mind it's all in a bundle deal. But his prices, man, they're everywhere. I said, how much do you want for Chibi Robo? He says, I think that's worth about $15. Oh, I said absolutely that's worth $15, so I definitely added that to my pile. You'll see here games like Graffiti Kingdom for the PlayStation 2. I almost got that, but he said he wanted $30 for it, which is pretty much dead on with retail. Like I said, the prices were all over the place. So I typically wait till the end of the video to go over everything one by one, but I kind of want to catch you up to speed. So some of the things that I got so far are Rocket Robot on Wheels for the N64. One you didn't see on camera that I didn't mention was Twin Cobra for the NES. It was a game that I didn't have. I also got Gex 3 for the N64, Crash Bandicoot 2 for the PlayStation, Super Bust-A-Move 2 for the PlayStation 2. We got Summoner for the PlayStation 2, as well as Summoner A Goddess Reborn for the GameCube. Barracuda for the Wii, we got Neopets, The Darkest Fairy, SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom, Kirby, Canvas Curse for the Nintendo DS, Bomberman's Generation for the GameCube, and the big heavy hitter so far, which is Chibi Robo for the GameCube. So that's what I got so far. Here's two more games that I pick up. I get Pokemon Coliseum, the bonus disc, as well as Evolution Worlds for the GameCube. It's an RPG. I've never heard of it. It doesn't look terrible. And keep in mind, it's not an expensive game, but it's one that I didn't have that was exclusive to the system, so I definitely added it to the stack. Another game you'll see here that I add to the stack is Custom Robo. It's one that I did not have for the Nintendo GameCube. It's about a $20, $25 game, but it looked awesome. It's one that I've never seen. I'm definitely going to have to give that one a shot. So I added it to the stack to get this big pile going. So this will be the last game that you see me get from them, and that's Final Fantasy Echoes of Time. Yeah, I love collecting for Final Fantasy as well. It's not one that I'm crazy about, but if I can get them at a really good price, I'm definitely going to go after them. So that's it, guys. That's all that I got from them. I got a huge stack of games. Are you ready for the magic price that I paid? $100 for everything. That's all I paid for all these games, and that is an excellent steal right there, because you obviously know what some of these games are going for. I'll definitely be able to make my money back, maybe make 20 or 30 bucks, and I want to keep some really awesome titles for my collection, and that is what this is all about. So this is why this is going to be definitely my favorite pickup of the week. So here we are at that Goodwill that I work right across from, and I got an awesome pickup right here. As I approach the cage, I can already see that red case, knowing that that's Super Mario World. Anytime you're out in the wild and you see that red case, 9 times out of 10, it's Super Mario for the Wii, and that's obviously what it was in this instance right here. And you can see that there are definitely some awesome titles in here. Now keep in mind, this guy likes to price things pretty high, but I do come out ahead, of course, and I do pick up some really awesome titles at a great price here, you'll see. And there's even some really cool Xbox games that I get to keep for my collection too as well, which is always good. And he always marks these things at such weird prices. Whatever he thinks is the most valuable, he's going to mark higher. Of course, it's going to be games like Mario, but I catch him slipping all the time. So first off, I grabbed Mario Kart for the Wii. That game sells for about $20. I picked this one up for $7. It'll be a quick $3 shipping, $7 for what I put back into it, so it'll be $10 profit right there. The reason you see me pick up Super Mario Brothers here for $7, even though the game only sells for about 12 to 15 bucks, it's a great bundler for some of those Wiis that I got sitting that are just hard to sell. Now here's an awesome pickup for me, which is Beyond Two Souls for the PlayStation 3. He didn't have this thing marked high at all. I think it was like $3, but that's awesome to get something for me. I was definitely looking for this game. I hear nothing but good things about it. And I almost picked up this Need for Speed Most Wanted for the PlayStation 3 because I thought it was just as pricey as the one for 360, but I did end up leaving it. I also get Monster Hunter here for the PSP, which was awesome. I paid $5 for it, which was a good deal because I'm going to keep that for my personal collection. Now over here on the other side, you'll see me grab Bullet Witch for the Xbox 360, and it did have the exclusive poster that came with it. Disc was in excellent condition. Picked that up for $3. That was an excellent deal right there. Also, I got this outfit for the 360, or I'm sorry, the outfit for the Xbox 360. Another one I didn't have for $3. I don't mind paying that price for some pretty cool games for my collection. And I also got Soldier of Fortune for the 360, another one for $3 that I did not have. So definitely an awesome Goodwill pickup here. And a nice little bonus is on the other side with the CD rack and VHSs. I come across Mortal Kombat 4 for the PlayStation. It was beat up, but for $1.50, the disc was actually in pretty decent shape, so you best believe I picked that up. And then you get to see Willie Nelson will a grill along, so that was definitely a nice little bonus right there. You never know some of the shit you'll see in Goodwill, and that's why I love this place, man. Extremely cultured. So here I am Saturday morning at the flea market, and notice this guy here in the blue eyeballing the shit out of me. He had a few Wii games, and I asked him how much. He said $2 or $3 a piece, and I picked one up, and he said $3. I said, what happened to the $2? But I set it back down and walked over here. This guy had some PSP games. Unfortunately, Crazy Taxi didn't have the right one in it, but the other 3 were golden. I asked him how much. He said $2 a piece, which is a great flea market price. I picked up 3 of them. I said, would you take 5 for all 3? He took it, no problem. It's pretty cool collecting for the PSP now. It's a system that I haven't actively seeked out, so there's a lot of games that I need to go for, and I'm having some fun collecting for it. And as for the guy in the blue, he had a change of heart because while I'm over here getting these PSP games, he yells for me. He's like, "Hey man, I don't know why I said $3. I must have not had my coffee. Come over here and take it for $2." So I went over there. Of course, I'm kind and courteous. Picked it up for the $2. Like I always tell you people, don't be nervous to set a game down and walk away from it. You may find a lot of times that they change their mind and they take the offer that you gave them. It's nothing special. It's the Hardy Boys for the Wii, but I wouldn't have been comfortable paying $3 for $2. I was happy to pick it up. So here's the lady that you've seen in previous pickups. I always make it a point to stop and check with her because she always has new inventory and she always does great prices. No matter what game it is, it's always $2. Sometimes she'll say $3 just depending on her mood, I think, but she'll always work a deal too at the end, and I always find some really good stuff. Here you'll see me pick out a few games that I need for my collection, as well as a few to trade or flip, which is really great. I end up getting 6 games total, and I only paid $10. She gave me one free. I love this lady. She is always awesome, and I've found some really good deals through her before. I'm not exactly sure how she gets her inventory, where she gets it from. I'll see her walking around she does a lot more walking than she does selling, because usually anytime I go up to her table, you see her walking right back there. She's never normally there. I usually got to wait for her. But she's very nice to me. I'm very nice to her, and we've always worked out great deals. That's one thing I love about her. But as far as where she gets this inventory, I ain't got the slightest idea. I either think they're given to her or she's just getting these crazy bulk deals that I have no idea where they're coming from. Because keep in mind, I get there at the same time she does. We walk the same tables. Obviously, I'm walking a lot quicker than she is. And I don't know where the hell she's getting them, but I'm not going to question it. Like I said, I always stop back by and check with her. There's also another lady you'll see very seldomly, but she comes across games too. And I don't know how it is because they sell them for the most ridiculous, dirt cheap prices. Typically, when you come across a seller like this, they're going to say they want $5 or even more for games, but to come out and just say $2 no matter what it is, and I found some solid titles in here before if you've seen in previous pickup videos. But the best thing about all of it is every time I stop with this lady, I usually always find something for my personal collection. And at $2 a piece, that's excellent right there. Even if I don't find anything to flip or resell or trade, it doesn't matter because if I'm adding games to my collection, that's what makes me the happiest right there. Even when I pick up crappy games like Truth or Lies, I get to add that to my 360 collection, and it's awesome. I love stopping and dealing with this lady. Anytime you get to add anything to your collection, you got to admit, that's the best part of it. You know, if you can find other stuff to trade or flip, that's a good thing too. But going out and hunting, you know, getting up early in the mornings, hitting up all these yard sales, if I find nothing but stuff for me, shit, I'm happy. That's a great day. But check this lady out, man. Check out the smile on her face. She is always so nice to deal with and very kind and courteous. And I've developed a little bit of a relationship with her where we can joke and be funny with each other. And that's what it's about, man. Experiencing the culture of random people out in the wild it's the best part of it. And you'd be surprised the relationships you build doing that. So when you see those people at flea markets or wherever and then they sell nothing but DVDs, I always check with them because they usually have like a little bin full of games. This guy did, and I stopped with him, and I'm glad I did because check it out. I find freaky flyers for the original Xbox, and a lot of you out there already know that's one system that I love collecting for. It's a game I did not have, and I only paid like $2 or $3 for it, so that was an excellent pickup right there. So don't be scared to stop at these people when you see nothing but DVDs. Always kind of scan through them because you'd be surprised. A lot of them usually have just like a little tote full of some games, and that was a great pickup right there. Here's another example of always check where you see DVDs, because right on the very end I find this PSP game. Nothing crazy, it was Twisted Metal Head On, but it's one I did not have for the PSP collection, and that's a system that I think I'm going to start actively seeking out and collecting for, because I don't have that many games to begin with. But I picked this up for $2. It was on the very end right here, just kind of hidden away, but anytime you see DVDs, Blu-rays, make it your goal to check. Just because you don't see like a 360 or GameCube or Wii emblem on there doesn't mean you can't go through there and find something, because a lot of times you'd be surprised what you'll find. Here's a cool little pickup I had at the flea market. Nothing crazy special here, but I do get Sonic Unleashed and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He wanted $5 a piece. I offered him $7. He took it, which is a good deal for games that I get to add to my collection. Obviously not good enough if I want to flip, because these games aren't really worth that. But I was happy to pick these up and add them to my shelves. Always great when I can do that. And you'll see him pointing at individual games here. He had higher prices on a lot of the other ones, like 10 or 15 bucks, which is fine. The games that I wanted actually were the cheapest ones that he said he only wanted 5 for, and which I got both for 7. So I was happy to pick it up. It was a good stop for me because I get to add these to my shelves, which is always good. Now here you're going to see me pick up a very scratched copy of Need for Speed Rivals, and you'll see the disc has that ring in there. I only paid $1 for this, and typically for the average person I would say avoid this, don't pick this up. I happen to have a resurfacer. If you are a game collector or you resell games or whatever the case may be, I highly suggest you pick one up. Mine cost me, I can't remember, somewhere between $150 and $200, but it is excellent with situations like this. This is a game I did not have, but I only paid $1 for it. I got a good chance of getting that disc to play if it does not already. That resurfacer has paid for itself. Whenever you come across games that are just too scratched, you now have that option to say, hey, I might be able to get this to work. It's a good thing to have, so definitely you might want to consider investing in one. And keep in mind, it won't save every game, but it'll save a good majority of it. And I have brought games back from the absolute brink of death. It surprised the shit out of me. Here's a sweet little cartridge pickup at the flea market. Anytime you find anything cartridge based, you always get that special tingle in your Shekel. And here he had 3 copies of Sonic. He had the Sonic Knuckles adapter, Sonic 3, and then the compilation of Sonic. He said he wanted like $4 a piece for all of it. I said, hey man, how about $7 for everything? He took it. I was happy about it. Obviously, Sonic 3 is worth the price of all that. But the reason I picked this up is because it's great bundlers. People want games like this whenever they go and buy a Sega Genesis to relive those nostalgic moments. So don't avoid things like that, people. Always pick them up if you can get them for a good deal. That could mean the difference of you selling that Sega Genesis or you having it sit on your shelves or sitting there wherever for the longest time. And the added bonus of all this is that Sonic compilation cartridge right there I didn't have, so I get to add that to my collection, which is always good. So this pickup right here is actually me doubling back because I turned this thing down the first time, but then I was like, man, I gotta pick this thing up. It is just absolutely too cool. This is a Sega Genesis plug and play that I have never seen. Check it out. It's got these blue and red Street Fighter controllers, which I think is absolutely crazy. It was missing the battery cover and it had some battery corrosion, but I only paid $3 for it. I think he originally wanted $5, and had the light actually not came on, I probably would have avoided it, but the light did power on. So for $3, that thing is absolutely cool as hell. If you know anything about that, let me know in the comments below, because I couldn't find any info on it. That thing is just too damn cool. Who knows, the thing might actually be cool as hell to play. So here's another guy that I like to check back with because he always gets new inventory all the time. This is a guy who mainly sells DVDs and Blu-rays, but like I say, they usually have a bin full of games. He's the one that always has that sign that says 20% off. What he'll do is he'll mark everything high and he'll expect you to haggle it down, or it'll all to be like already included in the price to be haggled down. But this guy's awesome, and I'm able to get some pretty cool games here. I only paid $12 for the stack of games that you'll see me pick up here. So some of the games here that I picked up, I got Project Snowblind for the original Xbox. It was sealed. It was only a couple bucks. I get Puzzle Quest for the PSP because I'm starting to have fun collecting for that system. And I got another puzzle game for the PS2 that I was fairly certain that was exclusive. And as I'm sitting here digging, I had a fellow collector come up and start talking. He's a really cool dude. We've talked a few times, and he pulls out this copy of Crash Team Racing. It was black label for the PlayStation. It had a $10 sticker on there. He didn't want it. That's still a good deal. I picked it up because I knew this guy was going to give me a good deal. And like I said, for Crash Team Racing and the other 3 games, I only paid $12 altogether. So that was an excellent pickup right there. And I was super jealous about that original Xbox backpack he's got right there. Hopefully I can get it off of him in the future. So you'll see here he's pulling out some stuff that he's found earlier. He'll let me know what he's got. I'll do the same thing. And you never know. He may have something that I need, and I may have something that he needs, and we might be able to work out a trade or a possible purchase. Always be kind, courteous, and respectful to these people. He is my competition here at the flea market, but at the same time, I have no problem with him. He's a cool dude. We talk. We get along. Like I said, you never know what you can get out of developing a bond with people. Here's a nice little pickup for 50 cents a piece. I got this Luigi cap as well as this Mario cap. They'll make excellent console covers right there. You can just use a simple towel, or you could be the cool person who's got a Luigi or Mario cap. What would you pick? Here's an awesome pickup right here for me. I get Virtua Fighter Animation for the Sega Game Gear. It was $5. It's a little bit high, but then again, it's a game that I get to add to that collection. It's getting really hard for me to find any games for that collection, so I was happy to pick it up. It's another awesome Goodwill stop for me. I know it's kind of hard to see here on the footage because I don't kind of lean into the glass, which I should have, but you'll see here in the pickups that the label was excellent condition on that one, so I was pretty happy about it for $5. So here's the last pickup of the week, and this was probably the hardest garage sale that I've ever had to find in my life right here. But it kind of worked out in my favor here, because as you see, I walk up to this big box of video games. You see that nice big shiny red case of Mario. It means none of this stuff was picked through, and I got first dibs on all this stuff. So some of the things that sucked about this is I showed up at around 8 o'clock to where I thought this place was going to be, and then I looked on my phone, I was like, damn, they don't even start till 10 a.m. It was one of those later starting sales, which is dumb as hell, but that's fine. I knew that they listed that they had games, so I was like, well, I'm going to come back. And when I finally come back, there was no signs, there was nothing. I was like, where the hell is this place at? And I circled back, I emailed and texted finally, and they said, well, I'll send my son down to the bottom of the hill. Why the hell did you not just put a sign out at the bottom of the road that led people up there? And that's probably worked out in my favor, because like I got there like at 10:30, a little after their sale started, and I still had first dibs on all these awesome games right here. Now, one thing you're going to notice with a lot of these games, as I flip over the disc, they have a good bit of scratches on there. I don't know how people can let their games get like that. I mean, they literally must use them as frisbees when they're bored as shit or something. I have no idea. When I take a game out of the case brand new, it only goes from my hand to the console, nowhere else. But you'll notice that with these scratches right here, it does not bother me to pick these games up. Like I said earlier, I have that disc resurfacer. I can risk picking these up. Let's assume none of these games work. If I can get 1 or 2 games to work, then it made all the money that I spent back. That does not hurt me to try. And you'll see that I get a handful of games from my collection, as well as I get some good games to flip and make my money back, and maybe a few shekels on top of it. So I'm happy about this stop. So the actual resurfacer that I use is called the JFJ Easy Pro. You can find them on eBay or Amazon. I think I picked mine up from eBay. I got it from the cheapest person that I could at that time. I got it like on a best offer. I can't remember. It was somewhere between 150 and 200 bucks. That seems to be the average price of it. It does use disposable items. You'll end up buying replacement pads for it, as well as sandpaper. Oh yeah, you're actually sanding these discs down. This is not that basic fishing rod crank style that you would get at Walmart for $10. This is a real resurfacer, and the thing works phenomenally. And believe it or not, there's resurfacers out there that are beyond that price range, that are about $500 to $1,000 or even more. I think that's overkill unless you're pumping out 20 to 30 discs a day for people. But for me, this thing works absolutely great. It'll do all sorts of discs. It'll even do GameCube discs. You get a special backing plate for it, and you can resurface GameCube discs. I have brought games like Super Smash Brothers back from the dead with this thing. People, it will pay for itself. Now, I will say with Wii games, it's a little bit trickier. I think the data lies really low on that disc, so if you go too crazy with that resurfacer, you may find that you ruin the disc completely. And I got a handful of discs that I have ruined when I was first learning how to use this system. But now that I have, it's like with anything. You got to learn it, but man, I'm good with that thing, and I can get a disc usually 9 times out of 10 to play just perfect. And you'll see here when I open up Portal 2 that it was resurfaced with one of those dumbass, what are they called, disc doctors that you'd get at Walmart. You can always tell because the damn disc looks like it's a spiral bullshit on the bottom of it, and I will actually resurface that and it'll look like nothing's happened to it. That is the benefit of the JFJ Easy Pro, people. I'm not sponsored or I'm not trying to promote the thing, but like I said, I spent this money on it and it works phenomenally. I'm very happy with it. I highly recommend you pick yourself one up too. And I will say, if you do pick one of these up, make sure you get some extra consumables to go with it. Get some extra pads as well as the 2 chemicals. You'll get the actual grinding compound, which is white, and then you'll get a buffing compound, which is blue. That's what polishes the disc and makes it really nice and shiny at the end of it. But check this out. For this big stack of games with Wii Sports on top, I only paid $25 for all that. That's an excellent deal right there, people. You can't hate something like that. And I did ask her how much she wanted for the Wii. She wanted a little bit too much than I was willing to spend, but I did pick up the 2 racing wheel controllers right here. Those are great bundlers, especially if you're putting it with a game like Mario Kart, obviously, so that'll help the system move better. After taking everything to the truck, I decided to come right back in because there was a few more games that I was kind of hesitant on picking up, and I'm glad I did because I ended up getting 3 of them for $5. UFC right here was one of them. I also pick up Lego Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. This is another game that's a good bundler game if you're directing it more towards kids, which a lot of times that's, the parents who want to buy a Wii, they usually are buying it for some kids, so that's a good one to have with it. Same goes here for Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. It's not an expensive game, but it's a great bundler. So I was able to get the UFC, Lego Harry Potter, and Lego Star Wars for $5. That's an awesome end to the week right there. Alright people, that's it. I hope you enjoyed all that awesome live footage, and just like always, we're going to go over everything here individually. If I can remember anything about it, I'll tell you. If not, we're just going to kind of zoom through it. This stuff is never in any real particular order. It kind of just gets scattered as the week progresses, so we just kind of grab and go. I want to start out first with a trade that I did. I traded Biker Mice for Mars, and I traded Super Spy Hunter for the NES. For Biker Mice from Mars, I got Harvest Moon 64, which is awesome. I love the Harvest Moon series. So does my wife. This is one that I did not have, which was a good trade. And then I also traded Super Spy Hunter for Doom, which I did not have. For whatever reason, this game has eluded me. I have not found this game out in a while, and it pisses me off. I used to have this when I was younger. I probably bought it new, and I could never find it again. So I'm happy to have that. Thank you so much for that trade. I was very happy to pick that up. This is some Miss Renebean footage right here. I don't know if we got footage of that or not. We got Top Gun, Fire at Will. She paid 50 cents a piece for these games. Rise 2 Resurrection, or Resurrection Rise 2. We got the original Twisted Metal for PlayStation 1. It's also got some cheat codes on the front. That's awesome. She's got Namco Museum 50th Anniversary. And this was cool. She got the Super Mario World Game Secrets, this book right here. I think that is awesome right here. I definitely got to check that out for Super Mario World for Super Nintendo. That's cool. The big pickup that you saw at the very beginning of the video, we're going to go over all that stuff here. This is what I paid $100 for everything here that you're going to see. We got Final Fantasy Echoes of Time, complete, excellent condition. Very happy to have that. We got Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. It's not the Black Label version, but hey, it still has like $3 or whatever. He didn't want much. A very simple NES game, one that I did not have, which was Twin Cobra. Cool to pick that up. Comes in a little jewel case. Barricue or Barricue, I don't know how you pronounce that, but it is an Atlas game. Nothing crazy expensive. It's complete. Disc is in excellent shape, but I was happy to pick that up. Atlas games are crazy like that. They're always limited runs. We got Summoner, a Goddess Reborn for the GameCube, one that I did not have. I want to play that series. It looks pretty damn cool. A Kirby game that I did not have, Kirby Canvas Curse. I love Kirby games. I don't know what it is about them. They're just awesome. The first one I played for the NES got me hooked, man. We got, this will be for resale, which is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom right here, and it was for the GameCube, and that's the most pricey one right there. We got Neopets, the Darkest Fairy, which I'm fairly certain I did not have. I hate when you buy damn doubles, but that shit happens. I didn't have it. We got another copy of Namco. Do we have? No, that's the shit we just went over. I'm grabbed from the wrong pile. Bomberman Generation. We're still going with that $100 pile. Here's the big one right here that's going to pay for half the damn lot, and that's Chibi Robo, complete disc in excellent condition. Actually, I don't know if my copy has the manual or not. That'd be awesome if it's an upgrade, man. There's Summoner for the PlayStation 2, the first one. We got Super Bust-A-Move 2. We got Custom Robo, which is one that I did not have. Very cool. We got Pokemon Coliseum, the bonus disc, and I don't think, because I've never been, I do got Pokemon Coliseum. I had someone ask if they could get this. I don't know, maybe I'm on the fence about it. I don't know, I'll probably still give it to them because I think I told them I would. And then we got Evolution Worlds for the GameCube, which is another one that I did not have. I paid $100 for all that. That's an excellent deal right there. You can't say it wasn't. There's that. Every week we always have so much shit to go through, and I love it, guys. That's the best part of it. This right here I got from Goodwill. We got Bullet Witch for $3, which it has the awesome exclusive poster in there, which I was very happy to have. A game I didn't get, sort of uncommon. You just don't see that often. We got Monster Hunter Freedom Unite for the PSP. My PSP collection is growing. We got a very beat up copy of Mortal Kombat 4. Beat up is in the cases. Beat up the disc actually isn't that terrible. So I was happy to pick that up for $1.50 at Goodwill. Come on, man. A game that I've wanted to play, I've heard some decent things about, was Beyond Two Souls. That's pretty cool. It wasn't expensive. I think I paid like $3 for it. A 360 game I did not have was Soldier of Fortune. Payback. Soldier of Fortune Payback. Mario Kart Wii. You see it's got that $7 sticker on there. I'm maybe able to make like $10 off that, which is good. I picked this up to bundle with one of those Wii systems that just never sell, and it's Super Mario Brothers. Very good condition. Another 360 game that I got was the Outfit for $3. I love collecting for that system. It's super awesome. I gotta make some room. There's too much shit, guys. I love it. Alright, let's see. I got 2 boxes to go through, people. Alright, at the flea market, there was another Sega game. Well, I got this. I got Sonic Classics. Includes 3 great games, as well as the adapter here, the Sonic & Knuckles adapter. And then there was Sonic 3. I paid $7 for all that. That was pretty good. Those are good bundlers. Where the hell did that come from? I love this shit because also there was 2 other games for $100 in that $100 pile that I got. which was Rocket, Robot on Wheels, and then Gex 3. That was also included in that $100 lot, so it even got better. You can't say that wasn't a good deal. I paid $1 for both of these. She wanted 50 cents a piece, which was the Luigi hat and the Mario hat. The reason why I picked these up, these things make absolute excellent console covers. If you ever want to keep the dust off of them, that's the place to do it. I think my head's too damn fat for this thing, but why not? We also got these two Wiimotes are for the for Mario Kart. Always pick these up. These things were, I can't remember what I paid, $5 for both of them. When they're official, these things sell actually pretty damn good. You'd be surprised. You can bundle them with systems, and you'd be surprised on how well they do. So always pick those up. Let's see. This is a super weird plug-and play. I've never seen this thing, and I think it's absolutely cool as shit. It's a mini Sega Genesis plug-and-play, but it's got like Street Fighter 2 controllers. The only one I saw on eBay listed, they wanted like $50, with shipping included. I thought that was crazy. It powers on. It's missing the back battery cover, but I paid $3 for this. I think that's awesome. I'm going to keep that. So that's cool. What else do we got? We got Wii Sports. I picked this up with this massive Wii lot you're going to see here. At the flea market, too. It's hard. All this stuff's out of order, so I can't tell you when it was like a bundle deal. But we got Sheep Riders, I paid $3 for. Crash Bandicoot Racing, which I actually paid $5 for, which was a good deal. We got PSP games here. This was 3 for $5, which was Pimp My Ride. I remember that show. That show was crazy. Twisted Metal Head On. And Need for Speed Most Wanted 510. Puzzle Quest as well. Let's see. We got Thrillville Off the Rails. The fuck is this? Oh, Wii Rampage, which I paid $2 for. Nothing crazy, but I think my copy's a little scratched. This was an upgrade for me. Sorry if I look dumb as hell with this hat, but fuck it, why not, It's part of having fun, guys. That's what it's all about. I don't know where that came from. That's what I love about this. All this stuff accumulates. I forget where the hell I got all this from. Another copy of Super Mario Brothers Wii. Oh, no, I do know where that's from, that big, massive lot. So we're going to put this aside. I'm going to show you this big, massive Wii lot that I got. That was a part of it right there. Puzzle Fusion, PlayStation 2 game I did not have. A sealed copy of Project Snowblind. Nothing crazy expensive or anything. It has a tear in there, but I thought it was cool. Sealed for a couple bucks. It said $4, but I got it for $2. Freaky Flyers, another Xbox game I did not have, so I love adding games to that collection. And a scratched copy of Need for Speed Rivals. I paid $1 for this, but that's why I got the resurfacer, guys. That's the best money I've ever spent. 9 times out of 10, I can get that disc fixed with that resurfacer. The resurfacer was kind of pricey. It's like $150, $200. Some bitch works good though, so that's why I ain't scared to pick up a scratched disc. That you'll see, especially with a bunch of these Wii games were fairly scratched, but I can usually fix them. Spy Hunter for the original Xbox. Don't remember where I got that or how I got it. Same with MotoGP. Truth or Lies for the 360. I think I got that from that lady that I get a bunch of games at the flea market from. Let's see. We got Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. I picked that up because I don't know if that was on other systems. If it's not, it's one I get to keep. Paid $7 for these two, which was a little high, but I don't think I have them. That was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Danger of the Ooze. Holy fuck, that sounds weird. Sonic Unleashed. 2 games I didn't have, I don't think. Picked this up at the Goodwill, and it's about the cost of the game. It's about retail. I picked it up because my collection for that system is growing, and it's hard to find games for it, especially out in the wild. And that's Virtua Fighter Animation for the Game Gear. You know I love my Sega, so I picked that up. There's that other Sonic game right there that I picked up. That was like $7 for all 3 of those. Fuck, my wrist is hurting, man. Holy shit, we got more stuff to go through. Let's see. Alright, all the rest of this stuff I paid $30 for all together. That Super Mario was part of it. So $30 for Super Mario and everything else that you see me pull out. We got Donkey Kong Country Returns, which I think someone messaged me and wanted that, so I'm going to hold that for them. We got Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. Actually, the Hardy Boys I got at the flea market for $2, so that one's not part of it. Let's see. Super Mario Galaxy 2. Mario Kart for the Wii. This one right here actually was at the flea market too, which was Viva Pinata. I love that game. It's a fun one. You'd be surprised. UFC Undisputed 3. That's definitely going to be resold right there. I might keep it. I don't know. Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2. The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. Awesome game. I think that one's flipped backwards. It's not like the GameCube version. Portal 2, which is always great to resell. And Namco Museum Mega Mix. And I remember like an episode or two back, I got Namco Museum Remix, I think is what it was. So I didn't have that one. $30 for all that. Obviously, that's an excellent deal. Be able to make my money back and keep some awesome games. And that's what it's all about. Any other bullshit hiding over there? All right, we got one more, but this whole box you don't get to see on camera. And that sucks. Now, you may recognize a lot of this stuff because this is where Miss Renebean picked up some shit last week, and I went back to get the stuff. Where you saw that Hyperscan box, I went back there and I was picking through it, and I was like, how much for this? She said this, and then she's like, how about $20 for the whole box? So I paid $20. Of course, I tried to shekel her to 15, but in the end, I had to pay 20. Still an awesome deal for this stuff you're going to see. All I paid was $20 for this whole box. Are you ready, people? Let me pull out, I guess, go ahead and start pulling out some of the good stuff first here. We got Digimon World for the PlayStation 1. That's awesome right there. I'll resell that because I don't like loose games. True Crime, City of New York, or New York City. Got that for original Xbox. We got, a lot of this shit was loose. Star Wars Battlefront. Check this one out. 2002 World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. It's like a $20 disc. We got Ape Escape 3 right there. So obviously, I mean, already that $20 was well spent, but no, we're not done yet. You know that. Shekels abound. Let's go over all this stuff here. We got some loose PlayStation 2 games. We got War Games, DEFCON 1. Fisherman Bait, A Bass Challenge. All resell. Let's see. Ball Blazer Champions. Never heard of it. We got Glover. NFL Game Day 99, demo disc, who gives a fuck. WCW versus the World, never been a big wrestling fan, so I don't know. PlayStation, another demo disc. NCAA Final Four 2000, Army Men 3D, the Game Day 99, and then Test Drive 5. We're still not done. We got so much shit to go through. Keep in mind, $20 is all I paid. I love Miss Renebean to death, but there's some shit she missed out on, damn it. But she's learning. I love her to death, man. There's that Breath of Fire 3 manual. Don't worry, I went back and got that. The only thing I'm missing is the actual damn game now. Let's see. We got College Football 95. Absolutely crazy. The Jungle Book. Here's a good one right here, which is Road Rash for the Sega Genesis. It's like a $10 cart right there. In that box also, there was a fat PlayStation 2. Don't know if it works. Who knows? Ruler Rose might be inside of it. I want that goddamn game, man. That game has eluded me. Obviously, it's eluded a lot of people. But that game just looks bad to the bone, man. We got these weird decals. The Bumblebee Transformers PlayStation 2 Slim. That was in the box as well. Oh, check this out. For fans of my bootleg series, we got the Zone 40. That one's going to be coming in a future episode. I don't know how shitty that one's going to be. But this one boasts that it has damn 40 built-in games. They look absolutely shitty. I can't wait to crack that one open. I'm sure some of you are going to be all excited about that. That's really what I came back for. That's awesome. There's some random adapters. Nothing crazy else in here. There's a manual for Rage Ball. Ooh, manual for Madden 99. And another cool thing that I get to keep, and I definitely got to do some surgery on this box. And I can repair these boxes. It's not hard. But check this out. The Hyperscan. It's the complete system. I don't know if there was any cards in there or not. I still got to go through it, but everything's like in it. But look at the other side. That box is in a little shitty condition. But it's all there, and I can repair this thing and actually make it look pretty good. Get on my Instagram, and you'll see like the before and after of some of this stuff. I love doing shit like that. I need to make some videos of me actually like refurbishing some of this stuff or like fixing or getting sick off. People have been asking about it. That's it, guys. That's all I got for you. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This was another awesome week. Next week, I got to work through the weekend, but we got Miss Renebean with the glasses again, and I'm actually saving a little bit of footage from today's finds on Sunday to go on next week. I think that's just going to, so we make sure we got us an episode next week. I'm just safeguarding it. And the episode may even come out a little late because I got to work damn Saturday and Sunday, them fuckers. But what's good about that is the next 3 weeks after that, your boy's off. I'm going to be pumping out them videos for you guys because you guys are absolutely awesome and this channel's going crazy. But that's it. Make sure you're entered for that giveaway. I'm excited about doing that giveaway contest. I want to give back to you guys because you guys are absolutely incredible. But that's it. Just remember, like, comment, like. If you wanna go the extra mile, share that video, man. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.